Guten Tag, my name is Ramlock and welcome to my journey through logs, logsport and logpicking. Today this is a continuation of my last video. I gutted and disassembled an ABUS E50 Euro double cylinder just to show you how I make it or how it's done, by me at least. And now we do the reverse part by putting it back together. With one difference, we don't do everything back together or put everything back together. We leave this cam out. So that is why I put this out of view. We don't use it. If you want to know how to get it off, just watch the other video and how I disassemble this log. Then just watch the previous video I made. So to reassemble that log, I do actually mostly the same stuff which I did for disassembling, but just reverse. But there's a bit of a difference here. So the first thing I do, I use my follower, put it back inside and put all these keys, all the driver pins on one side in, then of the other, and then use the pinning shoe. That's one way to do. The other way is using this here. It's using a front loader. That means you can just use, there's different ways to use it. Either you put it inside and put the keys in like this, and then put all the plugs in and all back in, and on the other side as well. But actually on some logs maybe that's the best way, but on some logs it is not, for me especially, the fastest way to do it. So the fastest way and most convenient way, I like to use my follower, the pinning shoe, and put it back together, everything. So the first thing, as I said, what I do is not actually using this when the follower and put everything in there. I could do that, but I like to repin the plugs. So I use my tweezers. We have still the order up here of the key pins. I use the first one, second one, 3, pin 4, and pin 5. Just to reassure that everything is fine, we use the key if we have the key. Put it in, everything seems flush. Perfect. Let's put it outside. So first plug is put back together. We do it with the shorter second plug. It's up here. First pin. Second pin. Third pin. Fourth pin. And fifth pin. So second plug is put together as well. So now what I do is, now using the housing, choose one side I want to do. I don't know, we use the shorter now, put my follower into that, and just as any other cylinder or log, we just put now the springs and the driver pins inside. So I start with the fifth one. I hope I can show you. So put the spring inside, and then the fifth driver pin, which is a spool, tension it, put it inside, or binding it actually inside. Now the fourth one. Can you even see it on the camera? I don't know. No, it doesn't look like that. I try to put it so you can see what I'm doing here. Get the fourth in. It's hard because I need to see it by myself, but you see I have now the first two pins under the follower. Now take the third one, third spring. Spring is inside. Take this, put the pin into the hole, push the follower a bit forward so we have kind of a binding pin, and then push the rest into it and follower over the pin. That's how it's done. But you see that in many disassemble videos, I guess. Now bind the pin, push the pin in, side. Now the first one, or in this case the last one for us, the same thing. So now we have one side in, and what I do most of the time, actually, I think, yeah, is really take the pinning shoe, put that inside. So these are definitely secured. Now we can do the same part with the other side. So 5th pin, that's binding, push it in. 4th pin, spring up, I grabbed that strangely. 4th pin, spring into the hole. Spool pin for the 4th, put it in, binding, push it into the hole. Now we're on 3. Spring, pin, bind it, push it. And in my opinion, that's way faster and better to see than using the front loader. But in some occasions, you have to use the front loader. I don't really like them, actually. You can 3D print them, you can buy them. I think if you have the possibility of 3D printing, you should actually do that. You can choose the color and the material you want. The ones I have bought from, I guess it's also Sparrows. What I don't like about them is they're kind of, yeah, squishy, because I had to cut it here, otherwise it wouldn't fit with the pinning shoe. Yeah, I don't actually like them. If I don't have to use them, I don't use them. Maybe it's just because of them, or maybe it's just because I don't like the front loader at all. Okay, now we have all the driver pins and the springs inside. And now what I just do is actually, I could use now a shim, which I have used for disassembly, a shim into it, and just put it inside, and then on the other side we leave the shoe. But actually what I do is leave the pinning shoe inside, because that is already retaining all the driver pins. Sorry, my voice is failing here. So now we just put the plug into it, and so the cover the hose. So the top, or for the US, the bottom of the keyway is in this case at the 6 o'clock position of that lock. We put it. We have to watch out that the follower doesn't fall out. So now we see that the shoe is in the keyway here, up a bit off the camera, sorry, bit of the shoe here, and we just put it back there. But don't push the follower out, because on the other side we still have unsecured driver pins. Now we remove the pinning shoe, and we use a little pick lock to depress all the pins and turn the lock around so it's secured. Tick, tick, tick. All the clicks were there, so we turn it around. Actually the same thing, pinning shoe on, retaining all the driver pins, which you can see here. Now we take this plug to do it, slide it back. With this pinning shoe, actually, there are some plugs where the keyway doesn't fit, so you have to actually file it down a bit flatter to fit. But for most of the keyways, it fits perfectly. Put the pick inside, press the pins, turn it 180 degrees. So now at least it's secure, and then we just use these E-clips in this case. See where the notch is, where the nose of the E, I would say, or the middle part of the E goes into. There it is. And with a bit of force, click it on. Perfect. That fits perfectly. And now the other side as well. Whoop. I mean, sometimes it hurts really in the fingers to put these clips on. But sometimes if you have done it many times, it's getting used to it. Okay, now we have it on. We have the cam off. Some people like to cut these, so you would have two logs or two halves of the log. Actually, sometimes I do it. Sometimes I like to keep them as one, but I don't like the cam inside. Some people use the cam, they leave it inside, or maybe exchange it for other cams to tension the log when picking, especially in the hand. Me personally, I don't like it. I don't use it. And now we can test if everything works. That side works. That side works. Everything is secure and safe. And the old cam is side. Use that anymore. And that is actually how you sorry, this is how you reassemble a Euro double cylinder, at least without the cam. If you would put the cam into it, it would be a bit more work to do, and especially with a very standard one, that's how it works. All right. In the next video, I will pick this log. It will be a short one, I guess, since you have seen all the pinning and all the stuff and everything about this log in the previous video, in this video. So in the next video will be just picked with single pin picking. And yeah, that's how it is and how it works. Thank you for watching, and auf Wiedersehen.